Shamblin. She is the student director. Down near the end is Justine Luevano, who is the technical director, and on the far end is Alejandra Torres, who works in school support services as a public information specialist. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm going to start with you, Caitlin.
All right.
Tell us about your background. I like to ask this question. I want to see where you come from. Like, what got you into theater?
Yeah.
And what made you think, hey, this is where I want to go?
So I grew up in the competitive dance world. So I always tease the kids that if they've ever seen Dance Moms, that was my world that I lived in for about 15 years of my life. And I was super honored one year. My dance studio had an opportunity to go to New York. And I attended, and I got to see my first Broadway show, which was Mary Poppins. And I got an opportunity to audition for a Broadway show while I was out there. And that was my first opportunity of anything with theater, and I instantly fell in love. I came back to my high school, and I did my very first show my sophomore year, and I've loved theater ever since.
Wow. And what high school was that?
I'm from Fresno, so I attended Clovis North.
Oh,
I know.
Clovis, man.
We can cut that out, right?
I know.
We can edit that part out. Okay, Auria, tell us about you and what brought you to become a student director.
Well, I've been doing theater ever since I was really little. And so, like, whenever I started high school, I already knew I wanted to join theater. And, like, as the years have progressed, I, like, wanted to be more involved in the technical aspects of it. So I decided to talk to Ms. Herring and be like, hey, can I have, like, a bigger part? Like, can I maybe, like, student direct? Like, and here I am.
Cool.
Super fun.
So where did you do, is it called youth theater? Mm-hmm. What were you involved in then? Were you involved at...
When I was little?
Yeah.
I did, it's called Tonicism. It's just like a little workshop that was hosted at the Empty Space for like a couple years.
So if somebody wants to do it, that's what they need to do? Go through that route?
I don't know about Tonicism, but doing like workshops is like fun when you're like younger. Like you get a lot of hands-on experience and you get to work with a lot of new people and make a lot of friends.
Yeah, because I don't think about it. I'm, like I said before the show, I'm a sports-oriented person, and I think, you got AYSO and NOR baseball and all these things. Like, what kind of programs do they have for...
NOR
theater?
Yeah.
Oh, they have it there too?
Like, I did a NOR show, like, once. It was like a Christmas. It was like Hurry Up Santa. Or no, it wasn't Hurry Up Santa. It was the Christmas Story. And I was just like the firefighter. But it was still fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had programs like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't either.
Justine, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background in theater?
Yeah, so I've been doing performing arts since I was a very young child. I went to Thorner, and at that time they had a performing arts after school program. And I just loved it so much as a kid that I continued it throughout high school and then decided to pick it as my major in college. So then I went to BC and went through their theater program, and then I transferred to Cal State, and I graduated last spring with my bachelor's in theater.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And now I get to work here with all of these lovely students and the staff that I love so much, and Caitlin, just doing everything that I'm very passionate about.
That's
Did
fantastic.
you go to school here as well?
No, I actually went to Foothill, and
okay.
They had a pretty good theater program at the time, and I got to go to the Utah Shakespeare Festival there for like a scholarship, and it just made me want to do more theater, honestly.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's a great festival.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what do you want to do with your theater degree? Do you want to take over a program one day?
I'm pretty happy with what I do here on the technical side of things. I have directed things in the community, and I've been involved acting-wise as well, or as a stagehand or a stage manager. But I really enjoy being able to design and do lighting and the sound engineer and constructing and teaching students. So if I progressed anywhere, I think it would just be further fine-tuning my current skills and looking for opportunities for professional development, but just to grow here.
Super. Auria, tell us about the production. What's it about? What are some of the themes in this?
Well, Little Shop is like about this guy, Seymour. He's kind of just like, he's poor. He's not got a lot of stuff going on for him. And then he finds this plant, and it brings him a lot of fortune and fame, except the plant is doing a couple bad things and causing him to do a lot of bad things that he's not quite proud of, and so he struggles between like keeping all that fame and fortune and those great things that he's getting, or like sticking to the people he loves, his morals, and like just being overall a good person. And it's kind of just like that. Oh.
Super. Caitlin, first production was Little Women, and now we got Little Shop of Horrors. Is there another little play out there, or what do we got going on?
Well, I mean, they both start with little. Our season theme was Little Stories, Big Moments, and so we tried to tie in the play on words with little this year. Transferring from a previous school, it's always fun to get to think about what you want your shows to be for the season, and coming from just past experiences, you always want your shows to be something that's enticing for the new students that you're going to be taking over for. And both titles are shows that either students have either heard of or maybe already know the show. And Little Shop has been on my list for quite some time. And before Perry Ware retired, I got to meet with him, and we talked through some of the options, and he was super excited to hear about both of those shows. So for me, that was a big win. We're just having a good time with it. I mean,
that's super.
You can't beat Audrey too, using that in the show.
Yeah, I was actually just going to talk about Audrey too. I think we have time for one last question, so I'm going to give it to you. But so as the technical director, Little Shop is a huge production. There's a lot involved. I mean, as we can see behind us, what are some of the biggest challenges or maybe any innovations that you've had to come up with for the show?
Yeah, I think initially my design concept was grand in itself, in the sense that I decided to make the flower shop on a 10 by 14 platform and put it on wheels. As if Little Shop wasn't a hard enough production to do, I went a step further and tried to make it even more challenging. But our great crew that we have, they've been able to tackle that challenge and learn how to move the shop. I mean, that was something I think we were worried about, of like, are they going to be able to hit their marks? And they did, and they've tackled it well. On top of that, we have another moving set piece, so it's just multiple units moving, and we have a large cast as well, and I think like 30-ish.
It's about 28
students plus relatively about that same amount of tech crew, so it's a lot of kiddos back here. And so it really takes a lot of organization, for one, and communication skills, and managing all of these students and giving them designated jobs and tasks. And yeah.
There's nothing little about this version of our Little Shop.
You're putting that degree to work.
I have one last question for you, and then we're going to go to intermission. So Liberty High School is great at everything. So first-year teacher, what do you see for the future of this program?
Man, oh man. Well, let me say, taking over for such a legendary teacher is already an honor to be able to fill into those shoes. And receiving a program that's already been so loved over the years is a joy to be able to step into. But we have been bursting at the seams this year with so many students involved in our after-school productions. We've had to create 2 more classes for next school year, so we need to bring back a technical program. We created an improv team. We're we're currently the only improv team in the district.
Oh, wow.
Just the kids are excited, and we want to just have that excitement continue. I would love for this program to be a destination program on our campus, that if students are not in our classes, they know what's going on in the theater department and are excited to come and cheer and see all the shows that we're doing.
Super awesome. Opening night is? Friday night. And how much are tickets?
It is $8 for students and $12 for general admission.
Awesome. So opening up, we're going to get intermission. Act 2 is up next.
Strong's youth accounts help kids practice earning and spending in the real world.
So, my rate for dishes is going up with inflation.
Oh, is it?
Blame the economy!
Because when we plant financial literacy young, it grows the rest of their lives. Valley Strong's youth accounts teach kids how to save and earn interest on their hard-earned money.
Hey! You should be earning interest on your savings. Make the money work for you.
Because when we plant financial literacy young, it grows the rest of their lives.
And we're back for Act 2 with the faces of the production.
Hello.
Next to me is
Hello.
Ciaran Lollar, who's
Hello.
Seymour.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing very good.
Camryn Yasenchak,
Hello.
who is Audrey. She's sharing the role.
Yes, I am.
Next to her is Lexi Newland, sharing the role of Audrey. Down on the end is Blane Hillis, the voice of Audrey. And, of course, we have Alejandra on the far end. Ciaran, I saw some of your information last year at the Peak Awards. We
Yes.
looked at some of that stuff. You have an incredibly extensive career.
Thank you.
At such a young age. And you kind of intimidate me with how good you are.
Thank you.
What are you most excited about for this production?
For this production, well, I have, as you said, I have a lot of shows, a lot of musicals as well. One thing about this show specifically is that it's a very challenging role vocally for me. And I'm very excited. It's been a blast getting to rehearse all these songs and stuff. And I'm very excited to just perform in a role that's just more challenging.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Give me just a piece of a song, like one sentence.
Oh, you have to pay for that. You have to pay for that.
Wow.
Wait, you know what? Man, that was good. All right, Camryn. I'll sing if you want. Camryn, tell us how'd you get into theater, and why is theater important to you?
Oh, okay, cool. Good question. My mom is a theater teacher out in Wasco High School. And so growing up, I would be out there every day of my life, and I would be bonding with the cast members and stuff. And so 6th grade, my mom was like, you need to do theater. And so then I was like, okay, fine, whatever. And so then I tried out for Seussical the Musical. I was a monkey, but I had such a blast, and it's so important to me because it's just a way to get out of your comfort zone. I was very quiet before, and I'm not quiet. I'm not quiet at all now. And so it's it just brings out this different side of you, and you get to use your talents and you get to use your gifts to please other people and to be a blessing to others. So it's great.
Super.
Lexi, can you also tell us how you got into theater and how performing makes you feel?
Sure. So when I was coming out of elementary school and going into middle school, I didn't really find myself with a passion. I was kind of trying out new things, as a lot of middle schoolers do. And there was a program called Theatrics Kids, and it was during COVID season, so it was outdoors. And I was very timid at the time. So I was like, okay, let me see if this would be something that I would love to do and love to continue growing in. So I performed in a combination production with that children's theater program, and I enjoyed it so much. I found that theater is one place where I can really stop worrying about who I am and just enjoy being someone imaginary or someone big. So yeah, theater makes me feel really free, and that's why I've continued it this far.
What a beautiful answer. Oh my gosh. So eloquent.
Well, here you guys can take over.
Yeah. We'll just pass over our staff badges.
Yeah.
Blane, can you describe your role? Because it's pretty unique.
Yes, I can. I don't appear on stage at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I come out.
Either.
I come out for bows. That's it. They won't know who I am. That's why I have the shirt.
And why is that?
I don't appear on stage at all in the production. They will not know who I am.
Are you the voice of something?
Yes, I'm the voice of the plant, the ginormous thing over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you in the plant or are you hanging out backstage?
No, that is our puppeteer, Preston Beagle.
Oh, okay, so it's like a duo.
Yep.
Very
Preston,
cool.
all
Shout
right.
out Preston. Okay.
Go Preston.
Blaine, I got some bad news for you. They're going to know who you are now.
Sorry.
Ciaran, tell me about your character Seymour. How do you relate to Seymour?
Seymour, how do I relate to Seymour? He's a little awkward in times and doesn't always know what to do or say. But when he's confident and he knows what he's doing, he is confident, he truly knows. He's on top of it. And that's one thing I think I'm very good at. When I know what I'm doing, I'm really good. But when I'm not, I step back.
Yeah. Does he fall in love in this?
He does. Yeah, this is true with Audrey. This is very true.
Yeah. Okay. Plants, right?
Plants, am I right?
Camryn, tell us about your character. How do you relate to your character?
Oh, okay. How do I relate to my character?
With the 3 personalities.
Um,
right?
I relate to my character definitely in many different ways. Not the obvious ways, of course, because I'm not like abused and stuff. But like, I feel like everyone has had an experience where they feel unworthy of something. And that's what Audrey's all about. She feels unworthy of Seymour's love, and she feels unworthy of the place she's in, and she thinks she's worth dirt almost. And I feel like there's definitely times in my life where I've been like, I don't even deserve like what I have and stuff. So she's relatable in that way of like, we all struggle with insecurity, and so just tapping into that has been really cool. So
super.
Yeah.
Lexi, so you were talking to us about how when you first started getting into theater, you were shy and kind of broke out of your shell. Now with this character, you're kind of stepping back a little bit to play a sort of shy and timid character. What's that like for you?
Well, actually, with theater, in my experience, I've played a lot of very melodramatic roles. And with that comes a lot of freedom, of course, because I find that to be different than my general disposition. But with Audrey, it has been a challenge in that way because, as Miss Herring has reminded me, I'm like trying to be big, and she's like, no, Audrey wouldn't do that. And I'm like, you're right. So it really makes me think, and like Camryn was saying, tap into some more realistic emotions and scenarios that I can imagine Audrey would go through in order to portray a more less larger than life character.
Yeah, that's interesting. It sounds like you're being pushed quite a bit with this
Yes, it's a great
role.
challenge for me. I enjoy it.
That's awesome. So, okay, Blane, this show is a cult classic. You know, theater fans know Little Shop. They love Little Shop. And with this challenging role, how are you able to make this character your own, especially not being seen?
Well, that actually helps, being able to make it my own. There's no face people expect. So as long as it fits in with the obvious lines, I can play around with the enunciation, the timing in the dialogue to a point, not very much the music, but I very much enjoy just playing around with it and seeing what I can do.
Awesome.
All right, one last question for each of you. Got to go quick. I got the director waving at me. That's what happens when you're in charge, though. You get to a minute's longer than a minute. Ciaran, what do you hope the audience takes away from this play?
I hope to take away to like not keep your bad friends around, because Audrey too, not the best of friends, and people need to keep. Well, he's a little evil at times, and so I want people to take away to not keep those bad people in your life.
Perfect. What's challenging for you about this role?
Definitely what's challenging for me is kind of like what I said earlier. I'm not like her in many ways. I definitely was not abused. My dad did not leave. My dad and my parents are both still married. And we have a very happy home life and stuff. So she's literally just came from this horrible background. And so it's like, this is not me. I'm like, okay, we always make a joke that they typecasted the two most, like, Christian, loving, sweet-hearted girls as, like, this Audrey. So it's, like, just the challenge of tapping into that and making it realistic. Just finding different ways. Like, I've talked to my vocal coach about, she studies neurology, so she's like, when people go through trauma, they have these responses. And just seeing that through Audrey and just doing character analysis has been challenging, but it's been a blessing and a growing experience for sure.
Lexi, rapid fire. What's the most rewarding part of playing Audrey?
Learning to see the good in every situation.
Oh, okay. You were quick with that when you were prepared. And Blane, what's the most challenging part and what's been the most fun part?
The most challenging part has been conveying emotion through just my voice. And the most fun part has been working with the amazing cast that we have here.
Oh, love that.
Awesome.
That's great.
So in the first act, we had a Clovis North reference, boo, right? And then we had a Wasco reference, boo. But I'll tell you what, the bar has been set for the next two acts here because you guys are phenomenal human beings, man. I mean, it's outstanding to sit here and listen to your answers. We're going to intermission. We got Act 3 coming up next.
Thanks.
Strong's youth accounts help kids practice earning and spending in the real world.
So, my rate for dishes is going up. With inflation.
Oh, is it?
Blame the economy!
Because when we plant financial literacy young, it grows the rest of their lives. Valley Strong's youth accounts teach kids how to save and earn interest on their hard-earned money.
Hey! You should be earning interest on your savings. Make the money work for you.
Because when we plant financial literacy young, it grows the rest of their lives.
Welcome back to In the Huddle. We're behind the scenes right now, the people that really get it done, right? This is the A team. We got Deck Chief Violet Richards. We've got the Tech Elliot Villalpondo, and hair, makeup, costume, and stage manager Scarlett Corrigan, and of course Al is on the end. Violet, tell us, how did you get into theater and what it's like working on the technical side?
I got into theater in middle school. It was an elective, and I was just like, this sounds super fun. And I got into the more technical side when we did Frozen the musical. They had me an actor and doing like backstage stuff at the same time because it's middle school. And I honestly just really preferred the technical aspect over being an actor, which made me want to keep doing tech in high school.
Now, I have to ask, because I think I know, what middle school did you go to?
RMS.
RMS. They have theater? I see. I was thinking it was Fruitvale.
1 year. They had it for 1 year.
Oh, okay. Fruitvale has it too right now, I believe. So, well, that's fantastic. Elliot, what's your background in theater, and how'd you get involved?
It's about the same as Violet's. I got into it in middle school because my friend kind of forced me to audition for Aladdin the musical, and I wasn't, because I was an actor, and I didn't really get into the technical side back then. But when I joined Patriot Theater Company, I found the technical side really interesting to join. So, yeah.
Super.
Scarlett, so you have a really fun, part of tech.
Yeah.
You do hair, makeup, costuming, right?
Yes.
So how do you manage everything? Because this show is heavy on all of that.
Yeah. So I have such an amazing hair, makeup, and costume crew. They work so well together, and we have seamstresses, if that's the right word.
Seamstresses, yeah.
Yeah. And they really helped with getting all the costumes together. We had a bunch already, which was great. And for hair and makeup, most of the casting is doing their own hair with the help of some of our artists. And I've mostly been relying on Auria Shamblin. She's been helping me a lot because the previous years she's done costuming for a lot of the shows, and it's just been really great.
So she's passing on the torch to
you.
Oh, cool. Great job.
Wow. Violet, what is a deck chief, and what do you do?
A deck chief basically manages what happens behind the scenes, backstage. And in this specific production, I am directing the movement of the shop, that big set piece.
Okay.
And I give my crew just little jobs that'll help the production move smoother.
So you're in charge of the timing of when this stuff comes in and out?
Yes.
Oh, man. Elliot, what's been the most challenging part of this show for you?
Probably communication, because we have to be quiet backstage, quiet on stage when we're moving the set, and because there's crew that can't really see Violet, so we have to rely on whoever we can see. Sorry.
You're good.
And it's difficult. It's a little bit difficult to know where we need to go.
So how do you communicate backstage? You have mics and stuff to, hey, I need you to do this, or?
Deck chiefs have mics, but they communicate that to us, crew.
So are you able to talk back, or are you just a listener?
Listener. We all are.
I love it.
Stan, we would not do well. You have to stay quiet backstage.
Yeah, I would not.
We'd get kicked out real fast.
I'd be selling tickets.
Yeah. So Scarlett, you're listed here as hair, makeup, costuming, also a stage manager. Is that right? How do you manage both? How do you balance them?
Well, it's definitely a lot of hard work, and hair, makeup, and costume takes a lot of preparation, which is why I rely so heavily on my crew. They're great. When I delegate to them, and that allows me frees up my time so I can stage manage, which takes a lot of organization, and so I keep task lists of everything that needs to be happening, what's happening when, kind of thing, making sure all the crew is on the same page as me. which is like not a problem because we have such an amazing crew who works under Miss J and Miss Herring, who are amazing. Everything's just so great. I'm just happy to be here, guys.
Yeah, it sounds really well organized.
So our office created and runs the Peak Awards. And what is for you, and the reason I say that is when you watch, what for you is rewarding where you go, we did it?
Honestly, it's when we get the set to the right place during the right time because it is so difficult to move it. It's just like, it's so satisfying when you get it right on those markers. It's great.
How many people does it take to move that?
2-3 people each corner.
That's it?
Each corner.
Oh my gosh. That thing's massive. Okay.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And what's funny too is like you notice it and you're like, yeah, and then you go, if it didn't get moved, someone out here would notice, right? Elliot, what is a tiny detail that you hope someone in the audience notices when they watch the show?
Ooh, on the mural back there, Miss J and Miss Herring, amazing set, amazing mural. But they put their last names on the bottom, towards the bottom of the mural, and underneath their names is 62. Because while it was made in 2026, the show is set in about the 60s, 70s, 50s. And I love that so much.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's kind of flipped there. So Scarlett, what are you most proud of yourself for this production?
I'm definitely most proud of like my time management with this because I have to balance what's happening with the show, outside the show, my academics. I'm also in Liberty FFA, which is great. I love it. And I also do a lot of extracurriculars outside of school. So it just takes a lot of just multitasking, which I'm really proud I was able to do that without, going crazy.
Yeah. So very organized.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm very, very proud of all the costumes that we have. And I love the urchin's green dress in one of the songs. It's just great.
Yeah, everybody looked great when they were up here, and we'll see them again at the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Liberty FFA. This is the first year, right? Or second year?
Yes, first year.
First year. Did you have an animal at the fair, or you a speaker?
No, I mostly focus on like making jams and jellies, and I actually showed at the fair with my jams, and I got first place.
Oh,
good for you. Okay, what's harder, making jelly or making the costume here? Yeah, clap for her.
The hardest, I would definitely say costumes here because since there's such a big cast, there's just a lot more to do than just follow a recipe kind of thing. Yeah.
Making jam is not just following a recipe.
No, it's not, but
well, what a great group of kids behind the scenes. Yeah. We're going to go to another intermission, and when we come back, we're going to have the future of the program in the Huddle, Liberty High School.
Thank
you. Strong's youth accounts help kids practice earning and spending in the real world.
So, my rate for dishes is going up with inflation.
Oh, is it?
Blame the economy!
Because when we plant financial literacy young, it grows the rest of their lives. Valley Strong's youth accounts teach kids how to save and earn interest on their hard-earned money.
Hey! You should be earning interest on your savings. Make the money work for you.
Because when we plant financial literacy young, it grows the rest of their lives.
And we're back for In the Huddle at Liberty High School, the future of the program. And I got to tell you, what a great group of kids that we're talking to here today. That's my fault. I made him put it on. Supporting role next to me is Jacob Bowers, Seymour Understudy and Ensemble. Next to Jacob is Sheanna Dimen. And down the row is Leilani Broida, who's a part of Crystal, and Addie Manor, who's Ronnete, and, of course, Al on the end. So, Jacob, you are a freshman, right?
Yes.
This got to be a pretty big deal to be in a play like this. How did you get into theater? Where did you start?
No, let me take you back to the start of the year.
All right. Go ahead.
Now, I went into the school year not really knowing what I was going to do with my time. I was very bored at the start of the year, and then I heard there was this little production going on called Little Women, and I was just thinking, maybe I should try joining. Maybe it'll be fun. So I talked to my friend Michael, and I convinced him, hey, let's go today on the last day and get a paper for tech crew. And we joined. And we loved it, so we decided to keep on going. And I auditioned for theater here, this production. I've done theater in the past. I was with a company until 2020, minor roles, but they shut down. And I was in my 8th grade production, but besides that, yeah, that's how I got into theater this year.
Were you what junior high were you at for the 8th grade production?
Rio Bravo Greeley.
Oh, wow, I can't believe that all these elementary, junior high schools have theater. That's fantastic. Sheanna, how did you get involved in theater? So you're a sophomore.
Yes.
Were you in it last year, or you just getting started?
Yes, I had the pleasure with working with Mr. Perry Ware, and that's why I like to say I'm going with the program, because the difference between Mr. Ware and Miss Herring is pretty prominent, but they're equally great programs, and I'm grateful that I get to get great things out of both of them. Last year, I had the pleasure of playing Thor in The Nerd with Ciaran Lollar starring as the Nerd. And I also had the pleasure of playing Snoopy in You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, with my dear friends in the crowd over there, Rowan Harrell and Charlotte Joseph, and also an Auria Shamblin, who is the assistant director of this production.
Fantastic.
Very cool. Leilani, so you're a freshman, right?
Yes.
So have you seen a lot of growth in yourself since you started in the program?
Oh, yes. I did Little Women this past fall.
That's
and
right. I knew you looked familiar. That was a great production.
And it was my first play, and usually I'm a big musical girl. I sing and dance like a lot. I breathe music and singing and all that stuff. And, it's just acting. And, I've never done that. But using like motivations and objectives and really like connecting with my lines, I feel like that has definitely helped me improve my acting. And yeah.
Awesome. It sounds like you have a good future ahead of you. So Addie, how did you get started in theater? Do you have any like theater background or?
So when I was like 8 years old, my mom put me in The Sound of Music, and ever since then I just fell in love with everything music and theater. I've done about like 12 shows after that. Wow. And last semester was the first show I've done with Liberty, and I just fell in love with the program, and theater is just such an amazing part of my life, and it impacts me every single day.
That's amazing.
Jacob, what does an understudy do? Help me out.
All right.
I can guess, but
so yeah,
some time
being
here.
an understudy, it takes a lot of work, definitely. I'm more just behind the scenes, kind of backstage, watching Ciaran, who's playing Seymour, just act out the part. I really have to take a lot of notes and just take the time to really make sure I have it in my head, because I don't get as much time on stage as him playing Seymour. I definitely get to play my normal part, skip snit, every single day. But besides that, yeah, playing Seymour, I really have to just kind of watch from the sides, just make sure I have it down so that the night that I have my show, I'm ready. And just.
So there's what, 5? You guys, I think I saw 5, 3? Was there 3 or 5
shows?
Yes,
we have 5 shows. One of them is an understudy night.
One is an understudy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Do the understudies have an understudy?
I don't think we do. No.
Okay, I got a really weird question for you. So forgive me if it's not in the right theater realm. So do you yell "break a leg" to him so that you can get on stage?
No, but I really should.
It's worth a shot.
Break a leg.
Oh, all right. Sheanna, tell us about your character. What do you like or what do you don't like about your character?
Oh, I love that I've gotten to play Chiffon because, first of all, I get to play it with the best girls in the world. Second of all, the script doesn't really give me much, so that gives me an opportunity to make her more of my own. I've made her sort of a sweet and sour character. She's sweet when she wants to, but she's definitely sour when she's meeting villains like the dentist, who is quite the monster in this production. I enjoy my vocal part, and I enjoy obviously getting to know these awesome new people, being in a production with some new freshmen and also meeting some new sophomores like my friend Addie over there. It's just a wonderful experience, and that's why I love playing this character so much.
Very cool.
I also like the costume. Shout out Scarlett.
Leilani, can you tell us about your character and how you relate to them?
Yes, so I portray Crystal as such like a bubbly and outgoing and just like energetic girl, and I feel like me in person, and all my friends would know this, I'm the same way. I'm goofy, I'm kind of loud, I'm really silly, and I feel like that just like, they parallel each other. And also Crystal is supposed to be the youngest urchin, and being the freshman in person, I'm also, the youngest urchin. And I feel like Crystal is just, Leilani, but in like a stage production.
Cool. So you're putting a lot of yourself into the character.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And Addie, so your character is listed as a supporting role, but the three of you are urchins, right? So that's what your characters are called. And that's kind of a big deal. If anybody knows Little Shop, like the urchins are, you guys have some great roles. What kind of preparation have you done to play this?
So what Mrs. Herring has taught us to do is think about the background of our character. Think about the motivation and the objective of why they're in the scene. And doing that really helps to know what body language to use and what facial expressions to make while in the scene. And thinking about that stuff just makes it flow a lot more naturally.
Yeah.
One last question real quick for each of you. So, Jacob, what are you most excited about for this?
Definitely to just make my debut, kind of. It's one of my first big roles ever, and just being the Seymour understudy is just awesome. I can't wait to perform on my night, and yeah.
Awesome. What have you learned about yourself, Sheanna, through this process?
I've learned a lot of who I am as a performer and how I like to learn how to do things, because before I wasn't much of a singer, dancer, just an actor. I did Shakes Fest, and that really touched into my acting side, and I was like, that's what I want to do. But then I didn't even know I was going to do Little Shop. I thought I was going to quit and do mock trial, but I got in and I was like, whoa, singing and dancing, how do I do that? I forgot all of that. But thankfully, the wonderful company at Liberty has just brought that out of me, and now I know how I want to do things and that I want to do this for at least the rest of my high school career.
Awesome.
Leilani, do you have any advice for maybe upcoming freshmen or anybody who might be interested in joining theater?
Definitely be comfortable with being uncomfortable and try new things. People here are so extremely supportive. Like, no one cares if you voice crack during a song, mess up your choreography, miss a line. Everyone just has your back, and everyone's so supportive.
Awesome. And Addie, this question I wrote for you, but really the three urchins here. Was there anything that the three of you did to bring chemistry to the group?
So the three of us were friends beforehand, but this has really just brought us together throughout the whole rehearsal process. We've just spent hours on end together, and I think that when we're friends outside of it, it really helps with the chemistry just on stage and to flow with everyone and everyone else in the cast too. Like, being friends outside of it just helps you fully commit to in it.
Yeah. Commit to the bit. Love it.
One word, Al, about this whole group of kids. One word from you.
Amazing.
Yeah, I know. Mine was wow. What
Yeah.
a great group of kids. So, in the Huddle, Liberty High School, one last message from the Patriot Theater Company. I don't even know what it's going to be. Let's hear it. We love you. I thought you were going to have something catchy. Opening night is what night?
Friday! At what time?
7 p.m.
Little Shop of Horrors, Friday at 7 p.m. Don't miss it. I think it's going to be great. Thank you, Liberty High School.
Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.